Breaking news! It's summertime and all those bees and wasps you see around may not actually be bees and wasps. It turns out we are actually being deceived by insects that are true masters of disguise. Now we go to renowned entomologist Dr. Betsy Busybee from the University of Florida to learn more about these interesting disguise tactics.
In the evolutionary arms race between predator and prey evolved numerous defenses to avoid being eaten. Many insects are distasteful, poisonous, or they defend themselves with chemicals and/or stingers. Once a predator is stung by an insect that's trying to eat, like a bee for example, chances are that that predator will vividly remember that painful experience for the rest of its life, and it will avoid ever eating anything that looks, acts, or sounds like a bee. The signature black and yellow coloring of bees and wasps, along with the buzzing sound of bumblebees, are considered aposematic colors and behaviors. It's really kind of a warning signal that some insects give off to say, for example, "Don't eat me, I'm poisonous," or "I could hurt you." Some insects that aren't harmful or distasteful to predators also evolve to display these warning signals. This is called Batesian mimicry. Batesian mimicry is when one insect that is edible, so it's not poisonous or distasteful, resembles another insect that is not edible to predators. Both the model insect and the imposter benefit from aposematic coloring and behaviors, even though only the model insect actually has the defenses to back it up.
How fascinating! We have another entomologist from UF here with us today. His name is Dr. Bert Busworth.
I study the thick-headed flies, the Cunnipitae physocephala, another group of flies that mimics the coloring of the Polistes wasps, mostly black bodies with pale yellow stripes. This coloring is more cryptic than aposematic, but the size and shape of the wasp's body is mimicked. The thorax of physocephala is compressed to resemble the thin waist of these wasps, and the abdomen shape and position mimics the foraging position of the wasps. Let's take a closer look. Flies generally have shortened antennae, especially in comparison to Hymenoptera. However, Physocephala flies have relatively elongated antennae, making the mimicry even more convincing. Additionally, members of the family Cicidae, the clear-winged moths, mimic wasps. The adult moth presents aposematic coloration with its bright red head and abdomen. The moth also makes a loud buzzing sound similar to that of wasps. This is an example of aposematic behavior in addition to aposematic coloration. Even some beetles mimic wasps. The wasp beetle has a black background with yellow symmetrical bands that imitate a wasp. The beetle itself is harmless, and the pointed bodies and longer antennae are giveaways that they are not actually wasps.
I'm really beginning to lose my fear of wasps. But what about bees? We have an entomologist here who specializes in bees, Dr. Harold Hymenoptera.
I'm going to show you what it's like to be stung by the Bombus lapponicus, also known as the bumblebee. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Looks and sounds just like a bumblebee. Are you ready to see the ferocious sting of the Bombus? That's just a snowberry clearwing moth. Amanus definis, the family Sphingidae. It's got the same coloring as the bumblebee, and even has the aposematic sounds, the buzzing you just heard. Okay, let's try again, I guess. Caught me a bumbus. Time to show you its sting. Now, I've trained to handle this sting. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.
Thanks to all the entomologists for sharing with us some of the many examples of Batesian mimicry so we can be on the lookout for these deceiving insects. Now, let's see how much our viewers have learned today.